Okay, shalom, brothers. All right, all praises to YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders, and shalom to all the Akim out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Definitely shalom to y'all brothers too. Okay, so pretty much we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna get into the topic. This topic is a basic, easy topic, but very important and powerful. You know, because as you see, you got a lot of demons out there, a lot of niggas coming into the knowledge, and they don't really know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? The elders did a series, matter of fact, recently, going into you not knowing the scriptures, and especially for you young guys coming into this truth. Basically, you got to come in as a baby. That's what it means being born again. You can't come in this thing just because you've been around, you know, for like about a year or two. Some guys maybe 3 years, and now you think you on a higher level than the elders, man. Them brothers been in this thing 20 some odd years, going on 30. Some of the elders. All right, so you ain't gonna outdo the elders. All right, or you ain't doing something that they haven't seen already. You know, and we warn brothers about this all the time, that you're gonna have guys that's gonna come in and be a bunch of novices, man. It's gonna be a bunch of Mickey Mouses. So you got a lot of guys out there that's doing these things and not taking heed to the scriptures, and they're coming in, they getting all puffed up, all right, being lifted up with pride like a novice, as the scriptures say, and then they fell into the condemnation of the devil to the point where they sideways talking about elders and men of the Lord. That's been proven. All right, you got something, brother?
This is Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you have learned.
Right, now that's the scripture. It says, mark them which cause division contrary, which means what? Against the doctrine which you have learned, which is what? This truth. And we've been teaching the same thing to you brothers, man. We ain't wavering and come with any other bullshit. All right, but read that again.
Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine.
Right, the scriptures say to mark them. And that's why we name names. All right, when we speak, we name names. We don't if we talking about you, we'll let you know. We have no problem with letting you niggas know who we're talking about, man. When we're getting out of discomfort with his wicked ass, we tell you we talking about that black baboon. We talk about so-called General Yohana, or whatever the hell the nigga want to call himself. We let you know we talking about him. He's sold out. Zabat, we let you know we talking about you. Whether we might have at one point we said y'all brothers was doing the work or whatever. All right, but once you start fucking up, all that's out the door, man. Just like the scriptures tell you in Ezekiel. The matter of fact, real quick, even though we didn't get to the topic, get Ezekiel the 18th chapter. If you know what I'm talking about, it's I don't know if it's around the 9th verse. It's on like the right hand top of the page to the right. But basically, once you go off, then at whatever, even if you did any righteous acts, like you had some men that were out there in the truth, or you had guys like Lahab at one time, some guys used to say he was on fire or whatever, and one time he was out there in the streets and everything. But once he sold out, all that don't mean nothing, man. That doesn't mean nothing. If you go off and you go back into the world, or you start teaching some wickedness or whatever, all right. Basically, all your whatever righteous things that you've done, the Most High is not gonna remember them. That's all to be forgotten about. All right. So you got it. All right.
Yep, this is Ezekiel 18:24.
24. Okay.
But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness,
right. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness, so when you brothers come into this knowledge, right, and you start teaching this knowledge and everything, and learning the scriptures, all right, going out there on the camps, teaching brothers and help open brothers' eyes and everything, right? Go ahead.
But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity,
right? And then I'm gonna name another name. Like you had a nigga by the name, we call him Garbanzo now. At one time, he through him, I learned, I heard the word first through him. All right, I heard the word first through him. A lot of brothers, Elder Aran Elder Tyler Dot by Elder Soccer Ron. A lot of guys heard the word through him. But guess what? That nigga stopped doing his work, man. And basically he started following a demon named Lahab. All right. Private messaging, sending guys videos of Lahab videos and all that. making going on comment boards talking shit. Okay, so pretty much all the works that he done, even though he probably brought it, and other guys he might have brought in or whatever, that's all null and void, man. Because why? Because you fell off. That doesn't secure your ticket just because, I taught this brother the truth and I brought him into the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So now I can sit back and relax. Nah, you got to stay in this work, man.
The scripture say he that endures to the end.
Right, Matthew 24. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So that nigga didn't endure. So guess what? Whatever righteous acts he did, they're not going to be remembered by the Most High. See, that's why Paul always said that he kept under himself, man. At least by any means, he should have labored in vain. In other words, Paul said he remained humble, man. He remained it, he always checked himself too. Even though the Lord gave him probably one of the greatest portions of the Spirit amongst the apostles, as far as this knowledge goes and understanding of it, right? But he still, even in all the works that he had, right? Like he said, if anybody should boast, it should be me, because he was a Pharisee. He did all kind of works, right? But he said, nah, I'm not even going to glory in that, man. You see? He said he made sure he stays under himself, man. At least he should be he taught others and he should be casted out as well. So that's what happened with Gabanzo and the rest of these other guys, man, that was in this thing. Go ahead, read on.
I got something for you real quick.
Go ahead.
This Hebrews 10:38.
Okay.
Now the just shall live by faith.
Right, and this thing is all about faith, man. This thing ain't no thing of, oh man, I wonder what we're gonna do. I wonder what Esau comes. Which, if you're young in this truth, man, you got to get out of that spirit of fear, man. There's nothing to be afraid of. The only thing you got to do is what? Fear the Most High. All right? Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Go out there and do the work. As far as Esau, let the Most High gonna deal with Esau, man. We come out here and we tell you who Esau is, but the Most High gonna deal with Esau. We ain't got to worry about this devil, man. The Most High is getting ready to crush this fucking devil, man. All right? And you Edomites, you know who you are. You know who you are. You're making videos out there pretty much admitting that you're Esau. All right? You so-called white people, man.
Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
Right. The Lord said, if any man draw back, you go back into the world like General YAHAWASHI did, right? The Lord said his soul shall have no pleasure in him. So even though he's trying to come back on the scene, and like I always say, he never, not once, he didn't even like give a introduction or say, well, you know what, brothers, I was down with Lahab at one time. I got caught up into certain things or whatever I shouldn't have had no part of with the Taza Blackula and with all the other wickedness that you did. I did certain things to brothers. He didn't even come back and admit none of that. I went back into the way. He didn't say nothing. He just popped up on the scene like he never left. General, ISUPK and all this and that. And he's going off in the scriptures, man, to top it off too, man. All right? Talk about the mark of the beast ain't the chip. That's how we know you sold out, man. All right? You got to watch these guys that got these groups that are chartered, man. Whenever you see anybody talking about, We Got Next movement, ISUPK.org, that's chartered. That means that what? They made an agreement with the government, man. Which is in violation of the scriptures, man. The Lord said we're not to make no covenants with them or no treaties with them. So anytime you hear somebody talk about that, some type of movement or .org or UP, what's the other thing they put? Incorporated Inc.
Oh yeah, 501.
Basically, they got a 501 3C or C3 charter, which makes them a non-taxable organization, make them exempt from paying tax. Whenever you hear about that, then that's flags go up right away. They done sold out, and that's why they got to do certain things to maintain that status. They got to do what the government says. So that's why you got General YAHAWASHI. You got him sitting there talking about what? Talking about the mark of the beast ain't the chip. When you know damn well that's exactly what it is, man. I mean, the Elder Tahar went into it. Crystal clear. All right. When we done touched on it a few times. We constantly always go into about the mark of the beast. We even go into the word there in the Greek. We go into the precepts. But you're gonna have this fool sit there and add, which Lord willing, we'll go through that too. We'll deal with that too and hit that. All right. But go ahead, read on.
Ezekiel 18:24. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity,
Uh-huh.
and doeth according to